Hello and welcome to Decoding the Dark, your podcast about cybersecurity. If you like these kind of videos, don't forget to leave a like. You can even buy me a coffee in the link below.
You know, our entire modern world runs on electricity. But what if the very system designed to protect our power grid has a hidden backdoor, a vulnerability that could be exploited to cause a massive blackout, silently and without leaving a trace? And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. It's a very real, documented threat, and we're gonna break it all down. Yeah, and I'm not talking about some hypothetical from a Hollywood blockbuster. The central question we're digging into today is based on a real experiment that proved just how fragile this critical system can be. The stakes? Well, they can be higher.
So to really get a grip on this threat, we've got to look back in time. Remember the 2003 Northeast blackout? It all started with just one transmission line sagging into a tree. That one little event triggered a massive chain reaction, a cascading failure that knocked out power for millions. That's what happens when one domino falls. So the question is, could an attacker push over that first domino on purpose? And the answer, believe it or not, lies inside a technology that was, ironically, created to stop blackouts from happening. It's a system with a really surprising and critical dependency that basically acts as a single point of failure.
Okay, so let's meet the key player here, the phaser measurement unit, or PMU for short. The easiest way to think of it is like a high-tech EKG for the power grid. It takes these incredibly fast, super precise snapshots of the grid's voltage and current, which lets operators see problems developing in real time. Now here's the thing. For thousands of these PMUs spread all across the country to work together and give us that accurate picture of the whole grid, they all have to be perfectly, and I mean perfectly, synchronized. They need to be running on the exact same clock. So what master clock do they all rely on? The GPS satellite network. That's right. The safety and health of our entire power grid literally hangs on a timing signal beamed down from space. And right there, that dependence, well, that's the vulnerability. Because if you can't hack the power grid directly, maybe you can just hijack the signal that it depends on. And look, this thing you're seeing, it's not some crazy nation-state superweapon. This is the actual device researchers built. It's a portable GPS spoofer put together with off-the-shelf parts, and it's designed to do one simple thing: lie about what time it is.
What makes this attack so incredibly dangerous is how sophisticated and sneaky it is. This isn't just about jamming the signal. It's what's called a capture and carry-off attack. First, the spoofer listens in and perfectly mimics the real GPS signal. Then it just gently overpowers the authentic one to take control. And finally, and this is the brilliant part, it slowly, imperceptibly drags the target's sense of time away from reality. It is the perfect crime because it leaves no obvious clues. So, okay, you've got the theory, you've got the weapon. The next step for the researchers was to prove this could actually work. They decided to recreate the attack in a controlled lab environment to see what would happen. The setup itself was actually a pretty classic controlled experiment. You've got a reference PMU that's getting the true, authentic GPS signal. And then you have a victim PMU that's getting a mix of the real signal and the fake one from the spoofer. By comparing the two, they could measure the attack's impact with incredible precision. So here you can see the whole setup. On the left, there's that unassuming little spoofer, and on the right, that's the RF shielded tent where they ran the test. This whole thing was designed to mimic a real-world scenario, where an attacker could just broadcast these fake signals from a distance without needing any physical access at all. All right, so the stage was set, the experiment was on, and what they recorded? Well, it shows just how scarily effective this silent takedown can be. And here it is. This graph is the smoking gun. It plots the difference between what the real PMU was seeing and what the victim PMU was seeing. For the first 600 seconds, so for about 10 minutes, almost nothing happens on the graph. That's that sneaky capture phase we talked about. But then, look at that insane downward slope. That is the spoofer literally dragging the victim's time further and further from reality, creating a massive but completely fake error.
Okay, so let's look at the very start of the test. Everything looks totally normal, right? The oscilloscope on the left shows the timing pulses from both the real and the victim clocks are perfectly in sync. And the system monitor, which is what a grid operator would be looking at, it shows the two PMUs are in complete agreement. All systems go. But let's jump ahead just 11 minutes. On the left, the scope shows this tiny 20 microsecond split between the real pulse and the fake one. Now, that's enough to officially violate the industry's accuracy standard for these devices. But look at the monitor on the right.
To a human operator, it's still business as usual. Think about that. The system is now officially broken, running on bad data, but anyone watching the monitors would have absolutely no idea. Then, just 3 minutes later, bam, the full effect of the attack is crystal clear. The spoofer has now created a huge 10-degree phase angle error. The victim PMU is now basically screaming that there's a major instability on the grid. It's reporting a 5-alarm fire in a building that doesn't even exist. So, a 10-degree error in a lab. That's interesting. But what does that actually mean for the power grid in the real world? Why is that specific number so important? It matters because 10 degrees, that isn't just some random number. In the world of power grid control, it's a critical tripwire. And this isn't theoretical. The researchers point to a real, honest-to-goodness control system used in Mexico. This system is designed to protect hydroelectric generators, and it has a very simple automated rule. If the PMUs detect a phase angle difference greater than 10 degrees, you automatically shut down the generators. No questions asked. And that right there, that's where it all clicks into place. The lab experiment didn't just create some random glitch. It successfully created the exact false condition that a real-world safety system is programmed to react to. The spoofer proved it could fool an automated system into taking a major power generator offline. And that, of course, brings us right back to the beginning, back to that single sagging power line in Ohio. A single targeted and falsely triggered generator trip could be that first domino. On a stress grid, that one event could be all it takes to start another cascade, leading to a massive blackout. A silent takedown all started by a lie from space. You know, this whole experiment really shines a light on a huge paradox in our modern world. All this smart grid technology is great. It makes our infrastructure more resilient to normal problems. But by adding all these new layers of dependency, it leaves us with a really big question. As we make our critical infrastructure smarter, are we also accidentally making it more fragile? We are nearing the end of this podcast. Thanks for listening. Leave a comment below about the topic I should do next.